The following video presentation includes scenes of a Windows Vista nature. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, I've got everything I need here to start recording a video. A cup of tea, this time in my Scotland flag mug. Oh, I'm actually filming. Hi everyone, and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. Now I know Billy... Yeah, exactly. If you'll just bear with me a moment, I can crank up the volume on here. And we have Billy Carr with us.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah. So, yeah, he's obviously learned my intro by heart now, and it's like, everyone likes to kind of sing along with it when, you know, I'm on Skype. Usually I'm on Skype if when I'm editing videos, and, you know, they'll hear my intro and they'll be singing along like... Well, it doesn't go like that, but yeah. Does it? Anyway. So, we're back here with the Toshiba Satellite L300D. I have pretty much all of my applications installed in it now. And what I've done with this machine is something a wee bit special. You see, how my Dell Dimension 4600 is a 2005-2006 time capsule. This laptop is a 2007-2008 time capsule. So that means it's got Windows Vista, but also a sample of the applications I was using around the time of Vista's release. Now, there's a couple more that I might add to it or what have you. But for now, you know, I just kind of want to get this video done. So, let's power it on. Yeah, and I know that fan makes it sound like someone's driving Ayrton Senna's old Formula 1 car inside there, but to be honest, I don't believe anyone is at the moment. Talking of Formula 1, I do seem to annoy a friend of mine down south whenever I imitate Lewis Hamilton, because I always make him sound like a Cockney white boy. Like, oh yeah, and then Lewis Hamilton, he was like, well, I'm glad I won that. Gotta remember, this is Lewis Hamilton, a respected racing driver, not David Beckham, a Cockney thug. He's like, well, personally, I'm just gonna play football, and I'm gonna try, like, kicking it into the net before the other team can get hold of it, like. Anyway, oh, we're finally started. See how long it takes Windows Vista to actually load up and do stuff? I was able to, you know, kind of do funny impersonations of English sporting personalities. Excellent. So I'm just going to type in my password. And now while we wait for the desktop to load up, let me introduce you to my bad impersonation of Jeremy Clarkson. Where is my stake in the world? When I'm finished punching you, you're going to go from 0 to 60 in a faster time than the Bugatti Veyron Supersport. Anyway, Oh, and that's my phone. You see, I've actually got it plugged in and charging. So, we've still with the Toshiba desktop, at least for the moment, until I get tired of it. Now, a lot of these icons are quite similar. We are actually now on the internet as well. Just thought you'd like to know. So, you know, we can use these old-fashioned shortcuts. You remember, British computer users will remember. I don't know actually if they did it on US computers. Billy, you'll be able to help me out. Did they actually put shortcuts to things like eBay and Amazon on the desktop of...
Yes, they did.
Right, so this is kind of a new thing. I think it's a bit idiotic because really, if I was going to go to a website, kind of anything to do with buying or anything that might have a way to, access my payment info, I usually like to type the address in manually. It's, whereas, a bit of spamware could actually come and reassign the shortcut to someplace else. Unsuspecting person double clicks on that, and then they get taken to a page that looks like eBay, but is actually not. And then before you know where you are, some gangster who smells of burgers and chips, who lives in their mother's basement in Cheltenham, has got your credentials. Anyway, so that is... Does that say what I think it says? rover.ebay.com. Anyway, this video's going well. The Explorer shell just crashed. Don't you just love Windows Vista?
I adore it to death.
Oh yeah, we all do. We all love Windows Vista. We all want to be using it as our main operating system. Nah, I'm only kidding on. No, we don't. Right, okay. Now, let's see if I can actually try... Let's actually go on to eBay. This is the old icon. Remember when it was Little E, Big B?
Miss that icon?
Aye. So it's actually loaded up Google Chrome, which I actually installed on here. And I'm struggling to remember when it came out. When Google Chrome actually came out.
Late 2000s, I guess.
Because I remember Chromium OS came out in... I remember beta testing Chromium OS. And I didn't like it, to be honest.
Yep, I've never even tried it before, so...
Nah. I think, Chromium... Because Chromium OS was basically the open source version of Chrome OS. Just like Chromium is the open source version of Chrome.
Mm.
And the thing about that is, I've seen kind of, publicity pictures of the new Chromebooks, and I think they look a lot better than what that old Chromium OS beta looked like, because, literally, that was just kind of some sort of Linux distro that would actually fire you into Google Chrome. And that's all it would do.
How creative.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we've got here is eBay, and that works. Let's test out a video. Let's see. Once this machine gets going, the performance is pretty good. I mean, I was actually chatting to Billy and Luke and saying, look, if I actually was sensible about this and put Windows 7 on it and, you know, put an extra gig of RAM, this would just fly. As Billy just said, I might have a slow hard disk drive as well. But yeah, so I don't know. Let's have a look. Popular videos. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a wee look at this old one. Let's see how it handles YouTube. Speakers are pretty good. Let's turn it down. Can I find a volume knob? Of course, the volume knob is software controlled. That's a lot better. But because the volume knob is software controlled rather than hardware controlled, you've got to wait for it to collect its marbles. Hi everyone, and welcome to this Video Song Frontier video. Now, just a wee update. I thought I would test out these computers here. Now this one, I believe it's broke. Yeah. And that then became my main machine, the one that was broke. And that machine earned the name Shitrock.
Yeah, apparently it remained broke.
Yeah, even after a motherboard replacement, it was, yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the other stuff I've got in here. Here's something you've never seen on this channel. It's Encarta 2007. And I bet you're all wondering, gee, did you manage to get that on eBay? Nope. Did your friends from America manage to play you with it? Nope. I've had this since 2007. I actually went and bought it in PC Bundle back in 2007. See, I was at university at the time, and there were a few features of Encarta that I did find useful, like the dictionary and, you know, even the Encarta search bar, you know, down at the bottom here. And the reason I had Encarta was because I was on dial-up at the time. So, you know, it would be quicker to, you know, maybe kind of look something up quickly on here than to, you know, have to try and venture out to the internet using that awful dial-up connection. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, this is all here, and let's see. Do we have anything about the Battle of Bannockburn? Bannockburn Battle of. About Bannockburn. Visual browser. I thought that said about Bannockburn. I was like... But one of the things about Windows Vista is that... One thing I did not like about Windows Vista was because it was such a kernel shift from XP. Existing assistive software did not work with it. And what I did not like is that those assistive software developers, they eventually... They didn't do it quickly. They eventually made updates that would work with Windows Vista, eventually. But to add insult to injury, those updates were paid for updates. And this software usually goes for, like, you know, anything from about 500 quid to, you know, JAWS, which is like, you know, 1,000 to 1,200, even more sometimes. So, I mean, that is really, really quite nasty. But yeah, obviously I don't have anything on here at the moment. And, so obviously I'm struggling to see the screen. Normally I'd have to put my head right in it. Here's a version of Office you don't see very much on my channel either. Seriously, guys, check this out. Microsoft Office 2007. It's the version that refused to load quickly. So here it is. One thing I did like about Vista is the title bar would get dark. You'd have a dark title bar, you know, on a maximized window, and I just think that looks absolutely awesome. But yeah, I mean, here is Microsoft Office Word 2007. This was the first version of Office that introduced the ribbon concept. And yeah, it was pretty good actually. You know, I did like Office 2007. I don't know why, but I did. But having said that, I do miss the old menu bars. I mean, the ribbon and the ribbon can be difficult to teach. You know, when you're trying to teach someone who's very unsure of computers, and the screen keeps changing. You know, and you can't say, oh, well, it's up there. Oh, now you need to click that. Oh, because you did this, now that button's no longer there, it's over there, and you've got to click that, and you've got to do this to get to it, and then you've got to dance the gay Gordon. Which is, for those of you who don't know, is actually a Kaylee dance. But yeah, we've got all of this stuff. Now, something else that I added, which I've also had since 2007, which I probably shouldn't have had, because it turns out the version that I bought was for the American market, and I probably really shouldn't have had it because I can't find it now, is Microsoft Money 2007. This is the American version. So, all these dreams about plumbing in my bank account and being able to have my bank statements right there on screen, never gonna happen. I don't bank with the Bank of America. So pretty much a lot like Money 2006. Even down to the Windows XP style close, maximize and minimize buttons at the top there, even though I'm on Vista. Now, at this point you'd all be expecting me to play a game, but these 2007 machines had such a bad habit of overheating that I didn't do anything. Actually, I know exactly what we can play on this machine. When it loads. In your own time. Don't rush whatever you do. Oh, look at this. It's a classic. I think Billy knows what I'm driving at here.
No, I wasn't paying attention. I zoned out.
I'm playing a game on this machine.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say what it is, but I think I know what it is.
I'll give you a clue. It's not Fatty Bear's birthday surprise.
You want me to go ahead and say it?
Well, it really is my bet.
Go ahead.
Yay, Purple plays. Yeah, it has to be done. And every time I get a machine that runs Windows Vista or Windows 7, I've been providing the obligatory shot of it running Powerball Place. Well, Billy Corr was able to show me something that has knocked me so far out of kilter that I probably won't be able to finish the rest of this video off. And it wasn't as though it was going to be easy anyway, because Windows Vista. Right. Okay, now. So we make a cake. Now, we always make cakes. Why don't we go to this place and forget what it does? Apparently you can actually make a person. Gotta help me find a new look. Choose the eyes, nose and mouth for me and then press the green check button. Right. I would say I'm better off with hair. But, okay, the purple eyes look less creepy. In fact, they look kind of nice. And then maybe a yellow nose. Dang it, Randy. And a purple mouth. Purple and yellow? That's not good. It's UKIP colours. Feature not right. I do not like purple eyes at all. Well, la-dee-da. Is it actually trying to show me? Those eyes are so perfect for me, yeah. Okay then. That was no fun. Oh, why is it quit Powerball Place? Let's go back to what I do best on this, because I can't really read the screens very well, especially because I've got to put the laptop out the road so that I can actually fit my phone on its tripod. Right. So it wants me to make a round pink cake with pink icing and a red love heart on it. So I've got the base, colour it pink, splodge pink icing on it, oh, by the way, today is May the 29th. And May the 29th is actually quite a significant date.
Oh?
May the 29th. It was 17 years ago today that we got the Compact Presario 2240.
After this video is done, Jay, you're going to have to fire up the 2240 and give it a good go.
Yeah. Oh, we'll do sometime today, but there's a couple of things that I want to have a look at. Let's make some more of these cakes. Let's see if I can get a good score. So this was Microsoft's attempt at making 1990s style point and click kind of kid software. And I have to say, it was a very good attempt as well.
Yeah.
I just don't actually know of any kids that actually played Powerball Place.
If it had been around in the days of Windows 95, I'm sure I would have played it.
Talking of Windows 95, this machine pretended it was a Windows 95 machine just there. Did you hear it? It went...
Just messed up.
Yeah, it just went, ta-da! Can congratulations, I've won the game. I've won it. So I'm going to get the game in a box now. I'm going to install it to any machine. Because that's good. Because obviously, you know, I need it for my Windows 8.1 machines and my XP machines. Now, before I call this a video, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play a game that I should really play on another Toshiba machine of mine, which I don't think I've shown, which I will show as soon as I've actually got it set up just the way I like it. The game I'm talking about here is Inkball. This is good for tablets. What the idea is, you've got to get that ball into the hole, and to do that, you draw lines actually to stop it going the wrong way. So we don't. So it's a lot like Jazzball on the Windows Entertainment Pack for Windows 3.1. Obviously, once you draw the lines, the balls bounce off of them. And then the lines go away, and then you have to go back and start again. As you can tell, I'm not doing that well at the moment. Oh, jings. Come on. Come on, ball. One of them, one down, one to go. Yes! Okay, that's me one. So, there you have it. I'm sorry this video's not been too exciting and, you know, various bits of software and that. What would I like to do? I'd like to maybe upgrade this machine to an extra gig of RAM, and I probably should clean the fan out and maybe replace it. But apart from that, I am quite happy with this machine. But I reckon 7 would probably run better on it. But I'd like to keep it as a Vista time capsule for as long as I can. Before I crack and put 7 on it. Because, I mean, you know, getting this machine actually ready and installing this machine actually did bring back a lot of memories for me of, like, you know, back in 2007 and, you know, my, my time at university. Because for most of my university life, Windows Vista was the latest operating system around. Windows version. So, it really does bring a lot of memories of university and what have you. But one thing I will show you, actually, before I do head off, and this is something that I did use at university, is you know what? No wonder I struggled at university. I was waiting for it to load. No, I was waiting for the blimmin' program group to load. Even when my Packard Bell was running on a 486SX, the performance was not this bad. So what I've just fired up here is Microsoft Visual Studio 2008, which came out in the middle of 2007. I actually remember going down to Microsoft's Reading campus actually in 2007 for the slide conference. It was in June of 2007. We actually went down with my former lecturer, Rob Miles, who was actually giving a seminar then. He was actually quite, he was very funny as always, because what he did, he had all of us like in the room. He said, right, for no reason at all, I want you guys to applaud. Just for absolutely no reason at all. So that then the noise will spill over into the next room and the folk next door will think that, will have thought that he did something amazing. I mean, that was Rob. I mean, he just kind of did funny things like that. And his blog, robmiles.com, I mean, I'm not being paid to plug this, but it's fantastic. Oh, Jings. Yeah, seriously. You know, and he'd come up with all sorts of bad jokes. Like on his blog, there's been one there for, you know, since 2000, late 2006, that was, ever since I bought that rear view mirror, I've never looked back. Before that, there was one. I don't know who Sudoku is, but she's written so many books. But yeah, I mean, this is Visual Studio 2008 on Windows Vista. What I was saying about the Slide 7 conference is, it was, you know, it was brilliant. You know, it was down at Microsoft's UK campus. And it was, you know, it was at the time, you know, Vista was the thing, and so was Office 2007, you know, and the just introduced Expression. They were working on Silverlight, you know, and they were looking to version 1.0 of Silverlight, and, you know, what you're going to be able to do with it. And, you know, the first version would only run under JavaScript. But with, I think 1.1, you could actually use other managed program languages, and, you know, you could build a Silverlight application using C#, which is what I was using at the time, and it was... and then we had a look at Microsoft Popfly, which it's gone now. That I can't even mind what that did, but I remember it was at that time that Web 2.0 was around, and that was just basically a marketing jargon. But I mean, it's like all the stuff that they were on about. Oh yeah, we'll be able to pull in videos, and we'll be able to pull in maps and 3D views and you know, landscapes and what have you. This is all stuff that we now take for granted.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, I remember, it's like on my old blog, you know, when I was down in Hull, you know, I actually remember, you know, being so excited about this stuff at the time. You know, I wrote about it, it's like, oh, all this amazing stuff is going to be happening, and it's, oh, you know, we're going to be able to do all this, that, and the next thing, and it's, you know, it's just going to be fantastic, it's going to be really easy to develop for it as well, and, you know, we're going to be able to make media-rich websites that everyone will be able to enjoy. And, well, yeah, I mean, that has come about, and, you know, now with the increased uptake of higher speed broadband services, and, you know, the emergence of things like fiber optic technology, I mean, that today is a reality. But I mean, this is what this Vista Time capsule does for me. It brings back memories like that. And this is one of the reasons I like old computers, because using them brings back memories of what I was doing at the time. So if I use my Packard Bell over there, you know, it reminds me of being at school, you know, using the school computers and CD-ROMs and what have you. If I use my Compact Preterio 2240, which, you know, actually is, you know, the original one that we got when I was 10 years old, you know, it reminds me of, you know, doing stuff on that, you know, doing homework and what have you. You know, the same homework that helped me get to university and experience this. You know, if I use my Dell Dimension 4100, it kind of reminds me of my 2001 custom built when I was a teenager. And if I use my Dell Dimension 4600, it reminds me of, you know, my final year at school. You know, kind of working hard. You know, and doing all sorts of IT projects and what have you. And, you know, and then obviously operating the TV tuner, that kind of reminds me of the first part of my university term, when I actually used a PC TV stereo tuner. Anyway, before I continue to ramble on too much, I think I'm going to call this a video. Oh, come on. Yeah, you see now, I don't miss that.
What?
Windows Vista. But I hope you have all enjoyed this video, and, you know, I really do hope that you've enjoyed coming with me as I take a walk down memory lane to 2007. If you did like this video and you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Also, while you're at it, feel free to like Videos on Frontier on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I hope you'll all join me for my next video. Cheery bye.